Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
If you like listening to our podcast, you can also tune in to another cool podcast like the Drinks and Destination podcast for news, views, and stories from the world of wine, beer, spirits, and travel. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in for yet another episode of the Stylogram podcast, the place where you learn the latest trends, dissect celebrity fashion, and discover tips and tricks to look effortlessly stylish. To help us discuss all of the above, we have with us ace blogger of the fabulous blog Spicy Sangria. The brainchild behind it is Shan Khanna. She's going to give us insights into a world of glamour and decode the fashion industry with what's hot and what's not. Hi Shan, welcome to our studio.
Hi Malika, thank you for having me.
Very excited to start talking. So tell us, Shan, how did you, I know you're a Bombay girl and you grew up in Bombay, but how did you get into this whole blogging world? Give us a quick flashback of your life.
So I've always lived in Bombay. I've studied here, grown up here. But it's something, basically I'm a people's person. So I've always been, I used to do events and I used to always go out and I always knew what was happening. So people used to say, they used to call me and be like, so where do we go? What do we do? What do we eat? And it was so weird. I was just like, so maybe I should transform this into something that I do because I will love it. I will love working on it day to day. And so I've literally created two of my biggest, something that I love into businesses. So that's Spicy Sangria, which is blogging.
Right.
And networking now, which is connecting people.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about both the businesses.
So Spicy Sangria now runs as an event company and we do exhibitions and runs as a blog, but that's self-running. I don't really have to do much because now pretty much a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
That's on a daily basis. So where to eat, where to go, what's new, what to explore, which new designers are coming up, people who work from home, giving them an opportunity to showcase, giving them a platform really. And networking now is something that started on a whim. It was just basically one day on Facebook. People literally call me for the weirdest things. Where can I get rubber stamps? I'm dude, go down to the store near your house. This is not something you ask me. And this is when I realized I was like, I can make a community out of this. Because I was literally connecting people across the board. So I just started a Facebook group. Overnight it grew. Today we are 20,000 members.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's
just word of mouth.
Just word of mouth, and it's been awesome.
And I've been to your group on Facebook. It's got a strong community and I feel like everyone's really engaged, which is great.
So, I accept each person myself. Reject everyone myself, accept every post myself. Now people tell me how the hell do you do this? But it's just something to keep the group professional and it should be like-minded people.
Right. So how do you go about that? Then how would you reject somebody, for example?
Okay, so the way we started initially was that we have people have to have common friends with me or someone else in the group already introduces you.
Right.
So a lot of my friends just go on this spree and add 30 people at a time, you know? Which is cool because I don't mind. It's better to get to know. I've got to know so many people through networking now myself, which has been awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. But when you started Spicy Sangria, I feel like it was at a very nascent stage in the whole blogging world, right?
Absolutely.
You were one of the first ones, I remember.
Yeah.
And so did you even know what this whole world was about? Because now it's just exploded.
Yeah, that's so weird that you say that because I just thought about it yesterday.
Yeah.
That when I started, there was no Instagram also.
Yeah, there wasn't.
So I just started with a website and it was pretty cool because people took it really well. And then people still called me and said, where do we go? What do we do?
Right.
Which is fun, but it has exploded. Absolutely. It's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, bloggers are on Snapchat now also.
Yeah.
So it's the world of social media has literally taken over.
Yeah.
It's a great concept. I think fashion bloggers are great. See, every client that I also work with, because I consult with clients also, bloggers are important.
Yeah.
I really think that everyone should engage because it's a community which is how you say, well, before I buy a product, I want to touch and feel.
Yeah.
You see something before you've even gone to the store.
Right.
And today, the day of having to go to the store and see the products is not even there anymore.
I think it's also the credibility that's added to it. Not every brand can afford a celebrity, and I feel like bloggers kind of fit into that space.
Bloggers have become celebrities today.
They really have.
They really have.
And I think some of their following is even greater because their customers know that this is what they do. For celebrities, there's always are they endorsing it? Are they not?
Yeah.
There's always a little bit of cynicism that you look at it with. But with bloggers, they clear cut. This is what we're endorsing, so you trust it a lot more.
Absolutely.
And I love the name Spicy Sangria. Did you just come up with it, or?
So it was after I graduated from college and I was in New York on a trip with my mum and I was like, what do I call it? And sangria is my favorite drink.
Okay.
And in Tao, there was a spicy sangria. I was like, how cool. It's my favorite. I was like, why not? Let me do it. So, yeah.
Because I remember when I first read the name, I thought it was so different because like I've never had a spicy sangria before, and I thought it was just really cool for a blog's name.
Yeah.
And your mom, Sharmila Khanna, is also very visible in the whole like fashion circuit and like generally and stuff. So how has she kind of influenced your work?
Like fully.
You guys work together?
So somewhat. I've learned everything I know because of her, and without her, I wouldn't know half of it because I started working when I was 15, and that was when I used to design handbags.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was my first business when I was in school.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that was my first business. And
like clutches and stuff.
Yeah, like bags, clutches, everything. So that was because I used to love bags. And every week my mom we'd go to Oak Tree and she'd be like, listen, it's 5,000. In those days at 5,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And she's like, listen, you can't, I'll get it made from the guy. So I got one tailor to come home. I started giving him designs. And my parents were so encouraging. I took part in IMC. I took part in so many exhibitions.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You were an entrepreneur at like 15?
Yeah. One day I took leave from school to go to an exhibition, like at that age.
Oh my God. So you just like always had this fire in you. Like I think career's always been.
I've seen my mom working since I was in school. She used to be home when I was home from school to see me. But apart from that, she's always worked. And my dad's always been so encouraging, like, do what you want, try it. If you don't try, you won't know. This is something I tell everybody.
Right.
And so I did this, but of course I was too young. Then I went to college. Then I realized I was like.
And you went to college in India or abroad?
Yeah, I was in
India.
JM.
Okay.
I did BMM.
Yeah.
And then after that I did a short, like a women entrepreneur course at ISB.
Okay.
Which was amazing. That changed my life.
But you didn't study any of what you're doing right now.
BMM is somewhat like it's advertising, and it's I've made some of my best friends there and learned the most amazing things.
Yeah.
So I really think that you don't have to. I mean, people who've gone abroad have still come back and settled here and started as something completely different.
Right.
I do miss the fact that I didn't go abroad to study. I would have loved to.
I'm not talking about abroad as much. I'm talking about like, do you feel like now, like especially for our listeners, like the young people, do you think that it's important to study this field now that it's exploded? Or do you think at that point you didn't need to study it and now you need to study it? Or is there even something to study?
See, I come from a very different thought. This is my own. I don't believe that everything is textbook knowledge.
Right.
In networking now, I run, we also do these like meetups and talks, right?
Right.
And I really think that what you can learn from someone else, from someone else's experience, you can do every day. You don't have to be like, that doesn't mean don't study. Definitely go to college, study, do something that you love. It shouldn't be something that's so boring. Like you do science and then you're a blogger. I mean, that makes zero sense.
Yeah.
So something.
But it could happen to somebody.
Oh, definitely.
I think it's the
people
creativity.
Study law and then come out to be like,
of course.
Yeah, like actors also.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. But yes, study definitely.
Yeah.
But I would say, look, so when I did handbags and then after that, when I was in college also, I still took an internship throughout my college.
Oh.
So for 3 years.
With whom?
My first job was with Suparna at L'Officiel.
Okay, so you did writing.
17.
Then.
No, I just used to put concepts just work under her.
Like styling and all of, like everything.
Anything. Basically, I wanted to learn. I used to finish college at say 11. So the first year was ended 2. I used to go straight at 2. Next year ended 11. I used to go at 11.
That's
so
awesome.
I worked throughout. And
so
that
taught you a lot, I'm sure. Because like it also gave you like inroads into like the fashion industry. And
and I know so many people today because of my first job. That what I would say is my first job.
Are people still, I feel like with fashion, there's like a very high rate of attrition. There are people moving jobs all the time.
Yeah. You
that
can't
is a problem.
Help that. You can't help that. But, I really feel that especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
Get advice. Get advice from people who've been there. Get advice from people who've been there 2 years or longer.
Yeah.
Ask. I'm sure people are willing to help. Till today I have mentors, and I would love to mentor somebody else because you make so many mistakes down the road.
Tell me some of the obstacles that you faced.
It's hard. It's not easy to start your own brand.
Right.
People say, it's very easy to be a blogger. You just have to post things. Hello. Firstly, other people like who have so many followers, it's not easy at all. I mean, they've reached there somehow, right?
Yeah.
It's coordinating with brands. Brands want you to come up with creative concepts. It's not just sitting at home and posting on Instagram.
That's what a lot of people feel with blogging.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you do it for me for free? Like, just this once.
Do
because,
a
like,
barter.
how does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, and barter is like, oh my God.
Favorite word for
like,
everyone.
terrible.
Yeah.
But, like, I think that's one. Any other roadblocks that you may have faced?
I would say even just dealing with people, this is one thing that even payments. I feel like people in India, maybe I shouldn't generalize, but they're so bad with payments.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest things that I'm very clear cut.
Do you think it's the fashion industry in particular that's bad?
I would say there's some clients who just take advantage, and maybe brands in the fashion industry, which is so sad because today I've been in the business long enough, but for people starting out, don't take advantage.
It's
You're
tough.
contacting them for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure if they're being professional, you should too.
Right.
Professionalism is the main thing.
Yeah.
I feel people need to get a little more professional.
Yeah, it's a very casual slap in the back attitude.
Very, very.
Like, come on, it's fine. I can pay you after a few months.
You know what's cool is that over the years, there are people who've started so many things which never existed. Like
give me some examples.
Like even on Instagram, people have become Instagram celebrities overnight.
That's crazy, and it's amazing.
It's amazing. And so I just feel like social media has changed the way people think in the fashion industry, in the food industry, in any industry. Like, for example, people have started PR agencies, boutique firms. So, but people only do fashion, people only do food.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. Back in the day, a PR agency would do everything.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a good idea, because I feel like every industry requires you to have that knowledge for that PR agency.
Exactly.
So that was very needed.
Absolutely. And it's not a roadblock, but the other thing I feel people don't realize, and maybe because I'm in the business, I know, is it's so important to network.
Yeah.
It's so important to hear someone else's opinion and meet other people.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit at home or in the office all day, you're not going to know what's going on in the world.
Right. Yeah. How do you think I run a blog as well, and how do you feel like, I feel like breaking through the clutter sometimes can get really hard as well?
Definitely. See, so I'm not a fashion blogger or a food blogger.
Yeah.
I do everything. It's more like a
Branding
knowledge portal.
agency, I feel. Almost like a PR agency of sorts.
Yeah, so like a knowledge portal, I would say. So so that's exactly why I also run the networking platform, because I feel people more so want to be connected to an audience.
Right.
So I think that it's important you know what you're putting out there. You can't be a fashion and food blogger, one day fashion, one day food. I think it's like the fashion bloggers out there do such a good job.
I think consistency, especially in this field, because I think you need to identify yourself with certain things. I remember when I was starting out, someone had told me, write 10 values that Stylogram stands for, and then stick to them no matter what. Like, if you like black and white pictures, then that's what you need to stick to, even if you see the most fabulous colored picture. Or like there's certain colors that you have to stick to, because people need to relate to you, people need to identify with when they look at it. After a while, they'll be able to tell that this is Stylogram and this is not Stylogram.
The other thing is also, for some of my clients, when I pitch to bloggers, I appreciate that some bloggers say no.
Yeah.
Because that's your style. Just because they're paying you doesn't mean you do anything.
No, eventually it's your brand on the line as well.
Absolutely. So even food, I feel some food bloggers, you can't be doing from a 5 rupee. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying you can't be doing from a 5 rupee dish to a 5,000 rupee restaurant.
Yeah.
So either be a food blogger who goes to an expensive restaurant or to fine dining places.
Right.
But keep a balance, or do 10 posts, then take a sort of break,
right,
or weave a story around it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it can't be one day a samosa and then the next day truffle oil.
Which social media platform do you think is the most powerful right now?
Instagram. Nothing beats Instagram.
It's very hard to break into Instagram.
It's hard to break into Instagram, but people do it. And the thing is that when you're on the move, you'd look at Instagram.
Yeah.
Snapchat for me it's very personal. I don't think you can sell a brand through Snapchat. To me, it's not something that brands should use to sell products.
Right.
I wouldn't want to see bags via Snapchat portal.
Yeah.
Instagram is great because in your own time, you can, when you're stuck in traffic, when you're going, to a party and it's taking you 1.5 hours to go, check it out.
Yeah. What do you think of Facebook?
It's great, but now with this whole advertising thing, people don't see really, I have brands telling me, listen, we post on Facebook, but we get, what's the point? I have to advertise it.
Yeah.
So, Facebook is a very strong tool for communication. So, on personal profiles or, I'm not talking about Facebook pages.
Yeah.
So, generally, today, people say, I'd rather get on Facebook than read the news.
Right. But it's true, because I feel like I get instant news, the latest news, and whether it's someone posting about it or a news article that comes out, I honestly feel like it's going to replace news channels very quickly. Especially now that they're promoting videos. I think it's so much easier to just get the information. They're fabulous, short, quick 1-minute videos.
It's fabulous.
It just works really well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you also, host Araish. So tell us about that. Tell us what Araish is. Tell our listeners.
So that's my mum actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So mum does Araish with Mana Shetty.
Oh, I thought you were a part of it as well.
So they do
Okay.
Araish together. It's a really good cause. It's for an NGO.
Okay.
And it's a multi-designer exhibition which they do at Blue Sea only.
Right.
And it's in aid of Save the Children India, which is Mana Shetty's NGO.
Okay.
And it's been amazing from them. I've worked with them even in the past, and that I learned so much working there too.
Right.
Because we travel to so many places,
Yeah.
and
I know it's in quite a few cities now.
it's in quite a few cities.
Yeah.
They're doing really well. In fact, it was just yesterday, and they're doing really well. And the designers do very well at that
Right.
show.
How is it
Exhibitions are the
different
way
from
to
the
go.
other exhibitions, you think?
It's curated. They're just 22 designers. They don't go more than that.
Yeah.
Every time there's a change in designers.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
okay.
just 22, and
Okay.
which I think is great that they've stuck to that.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to 50. They don't want to go to 100. They want to stick to 22, and they make sure that every designer comes with a new collection. So
Okay.
if you see it first, you see it at Araish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And it's probably even date-wise, probably before the other exhibitions.
Oh,
is
way
it?
before. Yeah.
Oh,
But that's
great.
planned. That's
Yeah,
planned.
that's
Yeah.
planned. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. What do you think of the industry right now? I feel like the fashion industry is getting a lot more streamlined.
Yeah,
And you're
definitely.
someone who's kind of seen the wave of it from so tell us a little bit about that.
I really think that there's so much more opportunity now. People who were working from home also have been able to create brands out of, they used to literally sell out of a room, and today they've created brands out of nowhere. And today, fashion weeks also, if you see, are so much more accepting of smaller designers.
But do you think it's easy being a small designer? I think this would be a great value add for our listeners who want to, because there's so many women
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
And it's really hard right now. I feel like it was easier 10 years ago, but now everybody wants to be a designer. And how do you then break
Yeah.
through that?
It is hard. It's
So
very
give
hard.
a few tips to someone
So-
who wants to get into it.
I would definitely say start small. You don't need to start with a store. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a misconception. I feel so many people come to me, but we're looking for a store, we'll do a big launch. That's not needed. Today, exhibitions are really something that give you a big in the market, because they exist to make you meet new clients, which is what you want, right? Wherever
Right.
you meet them, whether you meet them at Fashion Week or an exhibition or from your house.
Yeah.
You want to meet customers. You want people wearing your clothes. Start small. Do something that you love. Don't copy. Don't do something that's in just because it's in. Make something that you believe people will wear and that you love. Market it the right way. Don't spend on, I would say, rubbish marketing.
But what do you mean by that? What do you mean by
So
marketing?
get someone, if you don't have the expertise, or you don't have some like a partner, or you don't have someone who well can do it for you, hire a good branding agency. So I'm not saying spend lakhs on it, but do it the right way. So definitely take part in exhibitions. That's a key. The right ones. Please don't take part in any and every exhibition. You'll be wasting money. Like I said, get a mentor. Someone who's been there, done that. Ask your designer friends what's worked for them. Listen, there are so many portals now that are willing to sell designers from home who have a big reach. Recently I met a friend who told me she just did a collection of pieces and sold literally 30 pieces and sold it on a website. In 2 days she was sold out.
Wow.
She doesn't have
but
to
that's
keep...
rare, no, Shan? I
Rare.
mean, I think there are lots of
Absolutely.
designers who just don't make it, and then they're left with all
There
that
are.
stock. There's
Yeah.
so many. I just feel like, how
That's
do
the
you
other
brand
thing.
yourself?
Don't make 500 pieces of your first collection.
Yeah.
Don't go into overdrive.
Right.
You're not an export house.
Yeah.
Definitely start small. Get feedback.
But is it important to brand yourself from day one?
Yeah. I don't think you can start. If, logo, the whole look and feel is so important. You start on a wrong note. People don't trust the second time over.
People don't give second chances anymore.
People don't, because
Not
there's
in
so
this
many, there's so much
industry.
competition out there.
Yeah.
People are not willing to give that first person a chance again.
Yeah. And what do you think about traditional advertising, especially because you're in this whole digital advertising?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Exhibitions, especially a business that I'm in, so larger shows, I do food shows, exhibitions, you need traditional advertising. So I would say hoardings, ads, important, definitely important.
Do you think they have better reach than digital?
I mean,
even
definitely
today?
there are a lot of people who are not on social media, and we keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Today, yes, people are much more clued in, but there are a lot of people who go to
Like
exhibitions.
our whole
who-
parents' generation, I know a lot of people
Lots.
from the older
So my
generation.
parents
it's
are very
not.
savvy. My
Yeah.
mom is very savvy.
Right. But she's still in this field of sorts.
Yeah, but my dad is not. So
Right.
he wouldn't know. If I had to tell him I shared it on Facebook and got this response, he'll say, "Oh wow, how did they know? How did you
My
reach
dad
them?"
has 5 accounts on Facebook which are not active. So when it's his birthday, I get 5 notifications that it's his
That's
birthday.
awesome. No, my dad's on no social media. But so he, but that's what I mean. There are so many people out there that are not on social media but still want to come to these places. So I would say a newspaper.
Yeah.
A woman, when people leave the house, she has a 1 hour to read her newspaper and drink her tea.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to reach her.
Right.
A lady at home who's not gone out for lunch or whatever, you want to reach her. She's not always going to go scrolling down Instagram.
True. Yeah.
So hoardings are important definitely, because when you're sitting in your car and looking out, that's, but digital is taking over.
I think radio is also very good.
Very, very, very good.
Like especially for exhibitions.
Definitely. Very good. But digital is taking over.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's take our first break and we'll be right back with Shan Khanna.
Hi, I'm Tejas.
Hi, I'm Jishnu, and we are the nerds from Geek Fruit. If you're a nerd, this is exactly the kind of show you didn't even know you were looking for.
And if you don't believe us, you can check out Geek Fruit exclusively on Savan.
May the force be with you.
You nerds.
And we're back with Shan Khanna, who's going to give us some really funny incidents. Shan, can you tell us of a fashion faux pas that you might have made or seen recently?
I'm sure I've made many, which I wouldn't know. But what I've seen, I mean, I find some people, like when they really try to follow trends, they go so wrong. If it doesn't suit you, don't wear it.
Like what?
Like ruffles. This is the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm
Really?
like, dude, it's stylish, no doubt.
It's very
great.
nice. I love ruffles.
But people who can't pull it off,
Yeah.
don't.
But
Yeah.
who did? I think everyone can pull it off, yeah?
No.
No, you don't.
Like
you
I
know,
see
that's one
random-
trend I've not seen
I'll tell you
been
why.
put badly.
So, for example, like...
If it's too much, it's a problem.
It is
You don't
too
want to
much,
look
it's a problem.
like snow cake or like one of
exactly.
those.
And I've seen brides who wear it beautifully.
Yeah.
Like, people who've worn it amazed, like very, very well. But
Yeah.
there are also people who it doesn't suit them. So you're like fully dressed up with like a crown and a necklace.
Crown?
And then,
What do you say?
You know what I mean? Like a necklace on your head and then ruffles come in and it doesn't work. There's something that doesn't work for me.
Okay. Now, give us some advice for the listeners who might be like young bloggers. Give us like 2 or 3 pieces of advice.
I would first say don't be scared. I
Okay.
started off knowing nothing.
Okay.
If you really think you can do it, go for it.
Yeah.
Third, I always believe in take advice. Get feedback, take advice. Ask someone to be a mentor. I'm sure they won't say no.
Yeah.
And search the market. Do your research before even starting.
Right. But what are the like skill sets that you think that someone might require for that?
I would say you need to be a people's person. You need to be active. You need to be out there. You need to know what's going on.
Right.
You can't just be sitting at home and blogging, you know.
Yeah.
Make groups. There are so many, like when food blogger groups, fashion blogger groups. Go out, meet new people. I just think that if you think you can do it, I'm sure you can.
You can do
Yeah.
it. It's all about like being
It's
consistent, dedicated,
getting your
persistent.
feedback. Yeah, getting your feedback and doing your research most important. I feel when people don't do their research,
Right.
you fall flat on your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. Of course. What are some of the trends that you're loving right now?
So I believe in comfort.
Okay.
So for me, these oversized things I love because I love
Yeah.
wearing loose. So like capes and
Yeah. And right now, capes are
sneakers,
super
my
in.
favorite. Yeah, and sneakers. I can live in my sneakers. Yeah, I was
yeah.
going to come in sneakers today also.
But sneakers just work now. I feel like whether you're
Best.
wearing something formal, whether you're working something casual,
Yeah.
it just
I have to go out in the night also when I go for dinner in my sneakers.
But
yeah.
now people are wearing it on the red carpet as well.
Yeah, it's the best.
So it's great. And even
Yeah.
capes, like I feel like there's so many different types of capes
Yeah.
now, from
Yeah.
like a kaftan type of cape to
Yeah.
like just something that you
Yeah.
throw on. So
Yeah.
it's great.
Capes and sneakers would be my favorite.
Okay. And any skincare tips that you can give?
So I don't actually use very heavy makeup. I don't
Okay.
know. I've never really used. So it's only probably for weddings. No, I never use base, never use foundation on a daily basis also.
Okay. Is there a reason for it?
I think I've always touchwood been blessed with good skin, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm very scared of ruining it.
Yeah.
But I moisturize every morning.
Okay.
And I wash my face like 10 times a day with my Clean and Clear face wash is my favorite.
Oh, really?
So 10 times a day I'm washing my face with that.
Okay.
It's the best.
So you think just keep washing your face, make sure it's
And
clean,
moisturizer. I
and
think,
moisturize
yeah.
it after. Sunscreen as well, I guess.
I just put moisturizer. I'm happy, and that's it.
It
and
works for you.
And I wear I never leave the house without my kajal.
No, because I
so-
mean, I'm noticing that, you have great skin. Like, it actually, like, I feel like your face is really bright.
Yeah,
It's like
touch
shining.
wood.
Touch wood. No,
I
it's
swear,
really
yeah.
great.
But that's why I don't touch it with so many things. So
Yeah.
I feel one pimple and then you're like stuck with
Except
100,
like kajal, which is
Every
like your
day,
signature.
I learned that
You'll
from my
always
mother.
have kajal.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
mum and you as well.
Yeah,
Both of you.
yeah.
Great. Okay, so now let's jump into our rapid fire round. It's going to be rapid.
Okay.
Are you ready, Shan?
I hope so.
So, okay, let's start. One upcoming brand that you love.
Indian?
Anything. It's up to you.
So I wear a lot of, she's not really upcoming, but I wear a lot of my Indian clothes from Trupsel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love her.
Yeah?
Her saris, her lehengas, I love. Yeah.
Okay. What would you wear on the red carpet?
Something comfortable. I'm not really a person with, who likes definitely something like, if I could, my sneakers, like I said.
Yeah.
Or a nice dress.
Okay.
Yeah, something that I'm comfortable in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secret to success?
Hard work, dedication.
Fashion is?
Fabulous.
Oh, that's lovely. Your favorite holiday destination?
Anything with the beach.
Really? You're a
Yeah.
beach baby?
Yeah, absolutely. Either or that or London. London's my
You
one
love
of my
it.
top. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Your pinch me moment? Like when you felt like
yeah.
it's surreal.
I felt that quite a bit, which is lovely. But it's maybe when I launched networking now, and that's very recent, and everyone's response was amazing. Like everywhere I go, people are just like, "Wow, that's you. You're behind the group." And for me, that's like, "Wow,
Yeah.
people know, great.
Yeah.
I've made an impact.
Yeah.
I've helped others."
Yeah, right. Favorite quote?
In a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Oh, I
This
love
is something
that.
I really stick by
It's
because
so
I
true.
feel, there are people trampling over everyone's feet. People are
Yeah.
trying to make their way. Just chill. There's
Yeah.
place for everyone.
Yeah. Best dressed celebrity?
Blake Lively. I love Blake Lively.
She's looking
She's
stunning,
and
especially through her
comfortable.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But Indian, I would say Kangna has great style. Sonam, of course. Deepika's my favorite though.
Really? For style?
She's so comfortable. She doesn't care whether
You
she's in
think
jeans
so?
or t-shirt, sneakers. I love it.
Yeah.
Not really an actress, but Natasha Poonawalla is someone I love how she dresses.
Yeah. She looks very
She
glamorous.
looks really good.
Yeah. Worst dressed in Bollywood?
I can't really think, but
Do you have a name and you don't want to say?
no, I was gonna say Pariniti, but she's really upped her style quotient
Yeah.
and she's awesome now.
Yeah.
But
No one in particular?
no one in particular, really.
Okay. Define spicy sangria.
My life, spicy, yeah.
Aw,
Spicy sangria
that's
is
nice.
everything to me, yeah.
What does no one know about you?
That actually I'm not so hectic the way everyone thinks I am.
Yeah.
I love being at home in my pajamas. I could work like that all day.
Really?
So I'm very calm, hate going out.
Really?
Yeah.
You hate going
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Shan, that's not possible.
If I could, I would sit with 5 friends in a room and just drink a bottle of wine and chill. I hate parties. I hate going out.
Really?
Yeah. I hate
Like,
it.
okay, that's something that
you
no
didn't
one
know.
would know.
Yeah.
It's amazing perception and reality. Muted or bold?
Bold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a bride?
I mean, I've not been one, so I don't know.
No, but still, just
yeah,
like even
but,
fashion advice. or
keep it simple. I really think that going OTT is not going to help. And these are your most important days of your life, which will never come back.
Yeah.
Keep it easy. Do something that means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the world. I feel like brides get so het up about what do I do? Should I do this? Should I wear this? I mean, this is in fashion. No. If you like it, you are simple, wear simple.
But I remember like a few years ago, you'd introduced me to some designer, a Pakistani designer who you'd help bring to Bombay and had come for
Yeah.
the pop-up.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I remember you were talking about how brides look so fabulous in Pakistani
Yeah.
clothes and like that just kind of stuck and like...
Absolutely. You can wear what? You don't have to wear the biggest designer
Yeah.
there is. I mean, everyone has their favorites
Yeah.
and you would want one function. But I really think that so many upcoming designers today are being worn at weddings because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
You have to be easy. You have to dance.
And it's different. Honestly,
It's
you don't
different.
look
You
like
want
the same as the other bride
It's so
the week
horrific
ago.
when I see two brides wearing the same outfit.
And spend so much money, right?
I want
on
to,
these
I would
designers.
kill someone if that happened to me.
Favorite lipstick color?
Red.
Okay. Like deep red or like
No,
blood
bright red. Blood red.
What's in your makeup bag?
Kajal, which I can't, waterproof kajal, my lipstick, and a blush.
Okay. What's your soul animal?
Never thought of that. I would say a dove.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Casual chic or glamorous diva?
Glamorous diva.
Favorite song right now?
Let Me Love You, the
Yeah,
Justin Bieber
yeah.
one. I love that.
Career dream. Like, what would be your ultimate?
I've always thought about this because I feel like I have too many goals.
Okay.
But, to make a difference in people's lives. That's something that if someone comes to me and says, you really helped me or I am where I am today because of you, that would make me happy.
Okay. And finally, I mean, this could have been our final one because I think it's so beautiful, but
Yeah.
what makes you smile?
My family, definitely. And my work, and having my friends near me. These are three things. If they're good, I'm happy.
Wow, that's wonderful, Shan. Thank you so much for coming in and
Thank
chatting with
you.
us and just
Thank
being
you. I loved
wonderful
it.
and
Thank
happy.
you. Thanks.
And wishing you so much success
Thank
in the future.
you. Thanks
See you
for
soon.
this.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you again next week. In the meanwhile, you can subscribe with us on Facebook at Stylogram Official and on Instagram at Stylogram_official. You can also tune in to our episodes on SoundCloud, Audio Boom, or any of your favorite podcast apps.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.